My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire, where we're going to be playing the daily challenge for the 28th of March 2019. It is going to be the character The Silent, modifiers Shiny, starting deck is replaced with one of every rare card, Flight, you may ignore paths when choosing the next room to travel to, and Midas, enemies drop 200% more gold, but you can no longer smith at rest sites. I have to imagine that's going to result in me basically avoiding all rest sites. Now, having a deck that starts with a copy of every rare card for this character is not that good. There's not that much damage in here, right? Grand Finale is incredibly not viable, incredibly difficult to activate, so that let's just immediately ignore that, right? So you've got Die for 13 AoE once. You've got Corpse Explosion for the 6 poison plus the extra damage on death. Envenom, but that's really difficult to trigger. I mean, how many attacks do you actually have in this deck, right? Unload, which only really used at the end of a turn. Glass Knife, and then Storm of Steel, 1000 Cuts are marginal after that. So the things we're going to want to focus on first are going to be, or rather the thing we will want to focus on first is going to be damage. And then, this also doesn't actually have that much defense. After Image and Wraith Form basically are all of the available defense in this deck. It is worth noting that Bullet Time is incredible here because of the high cost of most cards in this deck. Bullet Time lets you cheat out a bunch of energy. So that's definitely something we're going to want to possibly upgrade early. But yeah, with only After Image and Wraith Form to provide us defense, we're also going to be looking at defense. But you've got to be able to kill your enemies first, and then after that, you can worry about how you'll defend yourself. Because you can defend forever in a combat, but especially considering how many enemies there are in this game that just ramp up over the course of a fight, you can defend forever, but you will eventually just get overcome if you don't have any damage in your deck. Alright, so it's Bullet Time, After Image, Venom. Let's Burst PK, get a Wraith Form out there. I mean, I've only had one attack in that opening hand, and it's the not viable one, so it's entirely possible here that I just draw lethals. It'd look a lot like this. I gotta make sure that I use the Alchemize. That's something I'm gonna have to remind myself consistently of, because I might otherwise not think about it. Now, Footwork would usually be kind of like a brainless pickup for the Silent, but why would I take it here? I have no cards in my entire deck that benefit from Dex. And no, Setup isn't a good card. Look. If this card also said draw a card, not after you put the card on top of your deck, right? But before that. So draw a card, put a card from your hand on top of your draw pile that costs 0 until played. Then this would be good. You would upgrade it, this would be 0 cost, it would be 0 card cost, and you'd have a benefit for the next turn. But as it currently stands, well, not 0 card cost because you are putting another card on top of your deck, right? So you are still lowering the cost of the size of your hand by 1 overall. You're still at a card deficit, but you're not at such a severe card deficit. If you play Setup to set up another card in your hand, you now only have 3 cards in your hand, and you've not done anything to your enemies yet. It's such a difficult card to use at all, really. Relic. Ooh, okay. Specimen. Whenever an enemy dies, transfer any poison it has to another enemy. And upgrade 2 cards randomly. Burst and Storm Steel, probably not the ones I would have opted for there, but that's okay, I guess. So I can't smith at rest sites from Midas, right? Yeah, can no longer smith at rest sites. Well, I mean, all of these are battles, so it doesn't really matter which I go for here, right? Easy kill. Entropic Brew. Fill your potions. Fill your empty slots with random potions. We could also take a Flying Knee here, considering the high cost of our average hand. Flying Knee is offense, but it's also a little bit of help on that energy. Now it's about whether or not I go to a shop and just go to a shop at every opportunity. I think I want to wait until I have money before I bother with any shops. Yeah, because I'm probably going to find relics more impactful than individual cards if I can only spend 100 or 200. Okay. Extra copy of Wraith Form, sure. Writhe, Blind. I would take Backflip, and I would probably take Neutralize as well. Yeah, I'm not taking Distraction. There's the Backflip, though. Alright, so I don't really have a choice here. I just have to rest. It's fine, I guess. Now, I can go elite here, elite here, elite here. I can go 4 elites just by hopping across. Thank you, Flight Modifier, for allowing me to do this. It's Bullet Time, After Image, Envenom, Wraith Form, Storm Steel to get 2. Shiv's out here, that is. Alright. This is not great, but ooh, that 1,000 cuts burst adrenaline. Now that is pretty damn good. I wanted to just Corpse Explosion. And should still just do that. That still is the best plan. Yeah, we Corpse Explosion that target, and then as soon as it dies, next turn, everyone's dead. That upgraded burst is actually pretty significant. I forgot how many skills there are in this deck already. Darkstone Periapt, whenever you obtain a curse, increase your max HP by 6. I've got to remind myself that it is a good idea to pick up curses. We already have an upgraded burst in this deck, and we have the specimen, so we could start taking deadly poison and, like, keying in on poison as being our source of damage. Ooh. Okay, there's actually a couple of good decisions here. The first one would be Malaise, but I think that's actually not the right one. I think what I do is I Nightmare Wraith Form, and then I just guarantee that I never take damage in this combat. Come on, and give me the card that I forgot the name of. It's Bullet Time. Unfortunately, didn't get it. Next hand's pretty good, but without a Wraith Form in play, I will just start taking damage in this combat. How much do I care about that? Not too much, I don't think. It's whether or not I start using my energy potions and my entropic Peru to refill my potion slots in order to get extra cards out, in order to get extra defensive things. I think I actually will. Sure. So we'll play a Wraith Form, and then Last Knife Unload. That gives me intangibility for this turn. Burst Phantasmal or Burst Doppelganger? It's Burst Doppelganger, definitely. So we get 4 extra energy and 4 extra cards next turn, and we have the Bullet Time in the next hand, so we should be able to play a bunch of those Wraith Forms. Yeah. Bullet Time, then 1,000 cuts first, right? Just considering the order. Wraith Form, Wraith Form. Least important of these is probably Sneck Oil. I'll discard it rather than play it, though. I should have played it if I played it before I played my Bullet Time there. But unfortunately did not do that in time. Optimize for a new potion. Ooh, another Entropic Brew. That is a great pick up there. Yeah, there's basically nothing that can be done to us at this point. Losing a bunch of decks per turn, but still, we have nothing in the deck that uses decks, so why would I care? I feel like this is how a lot of boss fights are probably going to go. Kunai, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dex. Not going to be too relevant to us. Noxious Fumes, yeah, poison is good, but we're not too defensive. Like, we need to be impactful up front, and Noxious Fumes is not particularly impactful up front. It is a very delayed effect. Probably Unload, just some straight up damage for the deck. Yeah. It's just damage that you have to play at the end of your turn. Strawberry, upon pickup, raise your max HP by 7. Kind of garbage, unfortunately. Burst Corpse Explosion's 12. 12, 11. I mean, so it takes 3 turns until that Corpse Explosion is better than playing After Image, Unload, Die, Die, Die. But it gets After Image in play if I do that. Okay. Predator. Oh, that's extremely good. Unfortunately, that is our first Wraith form gone by. I can now play this Wraith form and I will be completely protected this turn, but let's all check if I have lethal. So 16, 30. I do with the explosive potion. I want to perfect the fight. Just for the score modifier. The boot. When you would deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, increase it to 5, as well as another copy of Alchemized. God, we're getting a lot of rare cards here. Escape plan. Let's look at the balance of the deck. How many of these are skills? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 cards out of 23, so half of the time Escape plan is gain 3 block. Ugh. I kind of just want to go for the Alchemize. I'm taking it. Playing this many potions per fight can be really good. Okay, start the Adrenaline, obviously, and the rest of this hand plays itself, basically. We are going to need something like a Catalyst to help us scale into the later game. Drop the Envenom. Envenom is way too demanding for this deck. I think that's probably one of the first things we want to get rid of. Block Potion is actually quite good, so I'm probably not going to like burst Alchemize or anything like that. Just play an Alchemize. Poison Potion isn't great. Play an Alchemize. Speed Potion. Well, I guess I'll take it. Probably take the Speed Potion over the Swift Potion here. Just so that I can get large hands that I can benefit from my bullet time being in. So I just wait until I have bullet time in hand, use Swift Potion, draw out the rest of my deck. Things get nutty. Ooh. Alright, I'm dropping the Block Potion here in order to take the Fruit Juice and then just use it. I just want the 5 max HP. After which, I'll probably take the Ancient Potion. Just for the possibility of saving myself a Dex Potion or something like that. Speed Potion would be called, actually. Last Knife, Storm of Steel. There we go. 2 points of Dex. That's not great. We're actually going to take damage this combat. Wow. We have a lot of cards in this deck that desperately need upgrades, and we can't smith at rest sites because of Midas, so I'm looking for an Apotheosis or something like that to save me. So 3 HP Dakin, but all enemies dead. Dex Potion. No, again, this deck just does not have enough that relies on Dex in it. And I don't know if I want to add that many things that rely on Dex. I think I actually will just lean into the Wraith forms and become really aggressive. So we'll take the Flying Knee for that game plan. Alright, I'm more than happy to use the Swift Potion in this hand already. Ooh. Well, that's harsh. Burst Adrenaline is incredible, obviously. So I can burst Phantasmal Killer, then burst the Adrenaline, but then I still only end up with 2 energy, so I never get to play the bullet time. The problem here is that... One sec. I need to find 2 things that I can play. I'm going to say Flying Knee and then Adrenaline. Now I can open up. Sweet. Tools the trade. Alchemize. Yeah, we'll definitely be using Alchemize. We're going to be using 2 of them. Probably not. But how many other skills are there that I'm going to want to duplicate the effect of? Literally just Phantasmal Killer in this hand? Okay. So then we'll burst the Alchemize. Get both of those. Definitely burst PK. I don't have any status effects that I can apply to the Sentry in the back line, so that means that the Corpse Explosion is not going to apply poison, but it will apply the following debuff after. That is the on death deal your max HP to all other enemies. So if I can get that backliner to really low HP, just set them up for a death next turn, that's probably the best that I can get done here. Unfortunately, I still take 1 damage. Actually, I should have just used the Essence of Steel there to make sure that I didn't take that 1 damage. Yeah, that would have been the right thing to do. Because then I could have even used Alchemize this turn. Yeah, 100% that was the correct thing to do, and I just screwed up on it. Oh well. Nunchaku, every time you play 10 attacks, gain an energy. Difficult to do that in this deck. I mean, Endless Agony is incentivized because we have both Kunai and Nunchaku. So I'll just take it. Sure, I'll rest. No reason not to. Nothing else I can do. Okay, I actually haven't got the draw in this opening hand, but I do have Bullet Time and Nightmare for Wraith Form or After Image. I don't even know which of those I want a Bullet Time. Which of those I want a Nightmare. Definitely 1,000 cards get played first. Both of their Endless Agonies get played as well. There's no impact there. It's just whether or not I Nightmare, Wraith Form, or After Image. After Image, I can play the other 3 After Images next turn. Right, I'd be playing... Would I even play Wraith Form here? As long as I play 1 After Image, then having more Wraith Forms is probably better, right? Yeah. Yay, another Wraith Form. I'm also just going to get that Doppelganger out of the deck because I don't think it's particularly good. And he transforms this turn. Strength Potion doesn't mean too much to me, so I'll use one now. Pop out that Alchemize. Malaise is actually huge against this target. I can't believe I've forgotten that. It has been so long since I've used Malaise that I forgot how good it is in this combat. Legitimately saddened by that. Okay. Get me back to some of those Wraith Forms, please. Those Wraithy Forms. Hey, there we go. Actually, that doesn't even full defend me this turn. Huh. Alright, I'm better off not playing Wraith Form in this hand, I believe. Some Tropic Brew for a full set of potions. I think it's probably Burst the Deadly Poison and play Tools of the Trade. Okay, we end up fully defended this turn. More Wraith Forms left in the deck, don't you worry. Drop the card I can't play. Alchemize? Am I going to be able to play that? I mean, I have to be able to play that. I could just play a Wraith Form this turn, but god, that's just boring. So I can deal 15, 15's 28, the enemy would be 12 still standing, so an unload would knock them down. Okay. That's too much. Actually, it's not too much, right? The poison was going to be knocking them down before. Okay, yeah, we're still fine. Enemy gets down on the ground. 15, I mean, they're still in a really good position for this. Drop the grand finale there. Pick up Bullet Time into Wraith Forms, and now nothing can be really done. I'm afraid this one is over. It's all ogre now. Yeah, just double Corpse Explosion, I guess. No reason not to. Enemy down perfectly, so I think I had 2 elites in this floor, or on this floor, that I didn't perfect, but otherwise I perfected everything else. Corpse Explosion, probably. Nightmare does get some really nutty things off here, but it's really difficult to play out all of the results from Nightmare because of how high cost the rest of our cards are, and the fact that we only have one bullet time in the deck. But Corpse Explosion, especially next floor where AoE is so damn important, just having another copy of that is going to be incredible. Power Potion is better than a Steroid Potion for us. Thorns Potion is incredible next floor. Definitely can't be the Velvet Choker. It will Velvet Choke us. I think we just take the Cursed Key and start picking up the curses. We get max HP, so we can get the Stuffed modifier for having a large amount of increase on max HP. But furthermore than that, and more importantly, we can also get the curses modifier if we happen to pick up 5 curses over the course of the run. So, I gotta remind myself, right? I don't have to look at the paths. The paths don't matter. I just need to make a selection every round. Storm Steel allows me to put 2 targets on the ground here. Obviously, Corpse Explosion is the highest quality thing that I can play. But then if I Corpse Explode, then Storm Steel, I can only put 1 target on the ground. I'm gonna draw here. It's another Corpse Explosion. But now at least I can Corpse Explode, Storm of Steel, and then put 2 targets on the ground. Wait a second. I think I might just kill this bird. I can't believe I didn't think about that. The fact that we had the boot, whenever you would deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage increased to 5, is why that worked, because it goes past flight. It also goes past intangibility. Just a fun fact for you, in case you were unaware. Give me the curse. Yeah, I got the curse, as well as Pen Nib. Every 10th attack you bleed deals double damage. I have a lot of money. Runic Dodecahedron. If your HP is full, gain energy at the start of your turn. That's really, really good for us. I have a lot of money. I probably go from, like... Apotheosis? Yes! Yeah, but I probably go directly from shop to shop here. So we'll take the Apotheosis, upgrade all cards for the rest of the combat. We'll take Mango. Upon pickup, raise your max HP by 14. We're probably now at the Stuffed modifier. Do I take Prismatic Shard and start taking cards from other classes? I don't think so. Yeah. Like, the things that we're working with, which is, like, skill playing, intangibility, poison, they're all much more concentrated in the silent than other classes. So I think we just hold on. We do have a shop in, like, the next space as well, so I don't have to spend all of my money here. Although I will get that second deadly poison. It's only 23. Chemical X. The effects of your X cost cards are increased by 2, as well as burst, well-laid plans. Ooh, Incense Burner. Every 6 turns, gain 1 intangible. That's effectively like just a lengthening of the Wraith form. I would have liked to be able to take the Chemical X here. It's not actually that important. We do have 1 copy of Malaise and 1 copy of Doppelganger, but we're not going to upgrade either of those. So unless we had Apotheosis out, like... both of them exhaust. It's not like I'm missing out on a huge amount of value. It's still pretty good, but if I can't get it, I can't get it. I think I now just go Well-Laid Plans and Bronze Scales, because Well-Laid Plans holding a... what's it called? Well-Laid Plans holding... I want to say Battery Time, but it's not Battery Time. Bullet Time, there we go. For the right turn is an incredibly powerful thing to do. And the Bronze Scales for the Thorns. So now I'll start avoiding shops for a little bit of time. Exactly. This fight exactly is why I was talking about wanting Thorns in the deck. So I will burst this Malaise. The enemy now has -8 strength and 8 weakness on them. So unless they're doing a single large hit turn, they're not going to actually be able to hit me. And... because the amount of times in a turn they hit me ramps up. Oh god, they are doing their full hit turn this turn. That's rough. Is there anything I can do about this? I don't think there is. After Image from Poison, from Power Potion, and then Ghost in a Jar. Yeah, that's the only way to get out of this. Cool, you found it. And then I have to Ghost in and Charge, reduce the damage only by 5. The self-damage from Regret does not count against me here. Awesome. That's one dead elite right there. And we get intangibility on the start turn of our next combat. Snecko Skull, whenever you apply poison, apply 1 additional poison, as well as a pre-upgraded deadly poison. So that's our 3rd deadly poison in the deck. Yeah, might get his collector's bonus there. Ooh. I can do this, right? It's Corpse Explode, the Fat Gremlin. It has 9 HP left. So then I probably just hit it with, like, Unload. Then also play the Essence of Steel. That Fat Gremlin kills the other one. Is that the best turn that I can have? No, I have the Specimen. So it's actually, like, Corpse as well as Deadly Poison. And then I'll get myself the extra energy for next turn, I think. Yeah. Burn Doppelganger as well. Not going to want to draw back into that here. Great opening to the fight. This is first, thank you. Hold on to the bullet time. Exactly what I want the Wele plans to be doing for us. Alchemize goes first. I was looking for draw there. Didn't find it. It's okay. God, I misordered all of that turn. That was awful. There's no reason I should be taking damage here. I hardcore battered that turn. Brain stopped working for a couple of moments there, but it's okay. I've gotten it slightly back online now. I say slightly. Because I always want to underpromise and overdeliver rather than the inverse. Alchemize. Dex Potion doesn't matter that much to us. Alchemize. Gambling Brew doesn't really matter that much to us. Alchemize. Just gonna watch them all die. You damaged me. This is what you get. Ancient Tea Set. Whenever you enter a rest site, start the next combat with 2 extra energy. Pre-upgraded dash. I would take the Doppelganger if I had the the Chemical X from beforehand. Upgraded dash is a lot of defense, but again, with all of the Wraith forms that I play in this deck, I don't think it's always valuable for us. It's only valuable for us in the really, really early part of the fight. I'm going to take the extra Doppelganger. Whatever. Okay, go to another question mark here. Whack, we were knocked unconscious. Okay, great event for us to be fighting. Let's go Adrenaline. Corpse Explosion, definitely. And then it's now how much damage can we do to the Slaver as quickly as possible. Let's block Potion, attack, attack, Alchemize, Deadly Poison, then Unload. Yeah, that does kill you. And your friend. Good opener right there. And we get intangibility at the start of the next combat. We actually really wanted it on the second turn of this combat, but yeah, we'll take it. Beggars, choosers, etc. Okay. The boss at the end of this floor doesn't do a bunch of multi-attacks, so I could pop both of those liquid bronzes right now. I probably will. I was looking for something defensive. Remarkable. Oh well. No, I should leave Power Potion for the boss fight. No real reason to order this otherwise, I think. Snecko Skull does make the... Oof, definitely that one. Snecko Skull does make the other card that I've forgotten the name of. One sec. 7, 16, 32, 32, 48... 48, 7, 55, 55, 9, 64. Yeah, okay, we have lethal. Got him. Yeah, anyway, I was worried about... Oh, yeah, the Envenom is made better by having the Snecko Skull. So maybe I should be pivoting a little bit into Envenom. Top advantages. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, gain 3 block, as well as Pantograph at the start of boss combats, heal for 25 HP. As well as a bunch of pre-upgraded cards here. We don't have any source of weakness in the entire deck, so heal hook's garbage. I'll just take Distraction. Sure. I mean, it's not like I go through this deck multiple times, so Distraction is just a little bit of a tempo play, I guess is what we would call it. Drop the Explosion Potion for a Fear Potion. It's more relevant for us. Okay, Mercury Hourglass at the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies, and not even a bad curse that we picked up there. Hell yeah. Liquid Bronze, let's go again. Okay. Unfortunately, no intangibility on this first turn, so this is going to be a little bit of a sadder fight for me. We're still going to do really well in this combat, it's just we're not going to perfect it. Right. Oh, yes. Please multi-attack me. Come on. Explosion. I guess I just unload twice here. Sure. Actually gets me some block as well. Enemy does a bunch of multi-attacks, almost murders themselves. What an idiot. I'll be taking my Molten Egg whenever you add an attack card to your deck, upgrade it, as well as another Liquid Bronze. Lovely. I think here I do take a backflip. The card draw is actually really interesting. Important. And also a little bit of block doesn't go too far when you have intangibility in your deck. I need to upgrade After Image. It's just really difficult to upgrade cards with this deck. Okay. I'll bronze here as well. Not a great turn, but at least everything's upgraded. Yeah, I have to Wraith Form. Too much incoming damage, I don't want any part of any of it. I gotta remember, I do have Specimen as well, which is almost like a very, very slow version of... One sec here. Yeah, which is almost like an incredibly slow version of Corpse Explosion. Ghost in a Jar, incredible. Thank you. / Flying Knee. Third Flying Knee. Another collector's bonus possibility. Hell yeah. Not a great opening hand. Yikes. Alright, let's Scandalous Brew the entire thing, actually. Okay, Corpse Explosion Storm Steal a target. Seems the best to me. Right, so Storm of Steel would give me 12. So 12, 6, 6, 6, 6. Okay, so we end up with 24, 12, 36, 36 on a single target plus 10. 46. So I can kill a single target with this. Yeah, we do it then, right? No reason not to. Easy. I'll take my old coin upon pick up gain 300 gold. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Finisher, we don't play that many attacks. Sure, I'll take another copy of Envenom. Who knows? Maybe I end up with 4 copies of Envenom in this deck. Bet on the Murderer. Hey, I won the bet. So many times. So there's better odds on the owner in that rather than the Murderer. One sec. Yeah, none of this is great. Yeah, there's better odds on the murderer rather than the owner. But obviously, for the sake of that story, you want the owner to get their horse back rather than the murderer. I constantly bet on the murderer, but I've recently been duped multiple times here over. Good to see it's finally obeying the probability that I would have assumed. Take this time to alchemize and... Yeah, I'll even kill you. Ooh, do I want to alchemize again? No, those are all pretty good. Pre-upgraded, well-laid plans. Yeah, fine. Alright. Easy rest here. We get our extra energy going into the start of this fight as well. Apotheosis turn 1 is great, but the rest of this hand is just complete garbage from hell. I'll use a power potion first. Sweet. That is before I throw away the rest of my entire hand. So we'll start with well-laid plans. Thinking like Flying Knee, Corpse Explosion, Doppelganger, and then we even get to retain both of these cards. What up? This is going to be so good because now we have extra draw going into the possibility of a bullet time turn. Unfortunately, that's not this turn. I could just burst a giant Doppelganger, but that's a bunch of energy for next turn, and I don't necessarily need all of it. I could burst a giant Malaise here, but then the problem with bursting a giant Malaise is this target, like, it will completely invalidate them for a very long period of time. But then when they get below half HP, they just purge and they're fine. I actually still think I do it, though. That's negative 18 strength. And sure, I'll burst this Doppelganger as well. Let me hold on to Envenom and Backflip. Oh, look, the enemy's dealing no damage. Who could have possibly assumed that that might occur? Just cycling through all of this responsibly. We're in Venom. Okay, we'll start with the Glass Knife. Storm of Steel, 2 more hits. Alright, we are getting this enemy reasonably poisoned. It's possible that their second segment is incredibly short. Oh, okay, I know exactly what I do here. It's Nightmare, Wraith Form. Then I Deadly Poison, then I hold Wraith Form and Bullet Time. Next turn, I am going to play 4 upgraded Bullet Times. Unless I draw another... Sorry, Bullet Time. 4 upgraded Wraith Forms, unless I draw another one, and then I drew another one. So, this is pretty good. Feeling pretty comfy with this. 15 turns of intangibility. And every time I play a card, I gain 2 block. Sure, I'll retain the grand finale. It's probably not going to matter at all, but... Choose card to discard? Yeah, well, I already know the obvious one for that. The grand finale, thank you. Okay. How much damage are we going to have in our next hand? Probably not that much. Probably not that much? No, probably a bunch. 1, 2, 3, 5 cards in there are pretty good. It's whether or not I PK this turn is the thing. Yeah, I'll PK. Sets me up better for this turn. I even get to hold and unload in this hand. And discard the regret, obviously. Kick him straight to hell. Goodbye, champ. Another copy of Grand Finale? No, thank you. Storm of Steel, now that we've got the other copy of Envenom in the deck, sure. I do need to get 50 cards in the deck, by the way. Oh, hell yeah, Snecko Eye. Right? Yeah, this deck is ridiculously expensive. Drawing extra cards every turn is incredible. Snecko Eye. So simple of a decision to make there for us. Alright. First shop, obviously. Ooh. Pretty. Let's die. Storm Steel and then just murder them. Storm Steel is now also very defensive for us, making it a lot easier to play. Because I don't have to rely on... Ooh, Terra's actually a really good pickup here. I don't have to rely on discarding something that gives me value for the Storm of Steel not to be mostly an incredibly egregious extension for damage. Instead, it also provides me defense. It's nice. Shop. Membership card. 50% discount on all products. 100%. Then I'll take the anchor. How many curses do I have in the deck at the moment? 1, 2, 3. 3 only. Can't take the Omamori, unfortunately. Master of Strategy makes a bunch of sense, except for the fact that we are a... you know. We're a Snackaway deck. So I'll take the Enlightenment here, which is actually really good. As long as it rolls like a 1 or 0 cost, it's fine. So half the time. Half the time? 0, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, half the time. Yes, I did actually need to do that. To remember. Oh, look at that bullet time right there. Lovely. Even Enlightenment before it so that I can save extra energy for the Doppelganger. Oh, what a saint. Don't actually really want to change any of my potions here. It's like a really optimal setup for us, actually. What a good hand! Thank you so much, Snackaway, just for existing. I still do need 7 more cards in the deck. I think actually I just have to start taking some. Tactician. I have a Tools of the Trade in the deck, so whatever. If I discard the Tactician and get the extra energy. We'll go for a non-combat space here. Nice. And instead, we get a giant combat that I'm actually really into. Hell yeah. 1,000 cuts. Terra, the lowest HP one, actually, because they've already taken 3 damage each, so we're fine. Terra... Corpse Explosion. Looks like I'm going to be taking damage this turn unless I pop one of the Ghosts in the Jars here. It is important to prevent myself from taking damage so that the Runic Decahedron is maintained. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be taking damage unless I do that. Alright. It's just a race to kill that backliner in time. Oh, easy. Could have played that Alchemize first there and definitely should have. Unceasing Top. Whenever you have no cards in your hand during your turn, draw a card. Calculated Gamble would be really good if I didn't have the Snackaway. It would just be a bunch of defense for us for 0, but unfortunately, it's not that at the moment. Choke. Deal 12 damage whenever you play a card this turn. The enemy loses 5 HP. No, again, I do need 5 more cards in the deck, and I haven't got that many more spaces, so I can't afford to be as picky as I otherwise might. Looks like we're taking damage this turn as well. Oh! Apotheosis is a good pickup. Flying Knee. I can't Malaise or Storm of Steel, because the Malaise prevents me from having enough energy to play Storm of Steel. Storm of Steel discards Malaise. Okay, I can Malaise a target, and then I can use an energy potion in order to Storm of Steel to kill another. So if I Malaise a target, I weaken you to 4. To 4? No, to 3. And then the weakness goes to 2, and then I can kill you. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I do. This is to prevent me from taking damage this turn at all. Yep, I forgot that I had the top bandages. Of course I forgot I had the top bandages. Of course I did. Of course I did. Of course I did. Why did I? Because of course. Ugh. I'll get a deadly poison out there. At the least. I'm new for the next turn. Just looking for corpse explosions, basically. Okay, bullet time. Not intangible this turn. I don't know what's happening. Like, I can nightmare a giant doppelganger twice. No, I think if I want to stay perfect this turn, I have to use the other ghost in a jar. Okay, my brain officially stopped working. For some reason, I thought that was burst, not doppelganger. Sorry, not nightmare. Maybe it shared the cost and that's what happened to me or something? I don't know. All I can tell you is I played all of this, frankly, awfully. Myself 2 extra potions at the very end at the very least. Take another backflip. And I'll even take the speed over the potion there. Definitely going for another elite. That's a non-negotiable one right there. Don't need the extra block this turn. Because I'm not even playing any sources of block. So I'll shuffle like basically everything except for that alchemize. Oh my god! What a good shuffle for us. Let's burst the adrenaline. And then we'll burst corpse explosion on the main target. Throw out a terror. Use an enlightenment here to lower the cost of a bunch of cards. Probably just flying knee unload. Just as much damage as I can do to that target. Okay. 1,000 in Venom. Draw 3 cards. Ooh, yeah. Actually makes it a lot easier than I was planning on. Which was gambling on trying to kill the Raptor in time. This makes it so much neater. Potion belt upon pick up, gain 2 potion slots. That's actually really good for us. Something we desperately want. Okay, giant head. Can we do this one perfectly? Apotheosis does have to be played, unfortunately. Just gotta actually use adrenaline there. Oops. It's a misclick, but I'm fine with it. Just got to discard here. Probably the Endless Agony. It's really pathetic. Now, I'll use Distraction first just to see if it got us a draw card. It didn't. Then play Bullet Time and the rest of the hand. In the most ideal order that I know how. Okay, Tactician immediately goes. Hell yeah, get that extra energy. Terra is huge. Okay. I am going to burst Nightmare on the Envenom twice? Once? Twice. Lady Envenom. Now do I burst Corpse Explosion or Phantasmal Killer? I'm just looking to stack a bunch of extra damage. Burst PK, actually. This is going to be an interesting giant head fight, I'll say that much. Here's all my Unvenoms. Oh, lovely. We have double damage at the moment. We only have 1 damage card in our hand unless we use the Storm Steel and then just start going for the face. I think that actually probably will turn out to be the correct decision. Like, play none of the Envenoms in this hand and just Storm Steel and keep stabbing the face. I'm not... You know what? I'm not committing to it, though. This is so much cooler. Gotta remember that I have the Unceasing Top. Looks like did I miss out on anything as a result of it? A little bit. Venom, alchemize another out. Do I bother with Enlightenment here? I just can't be bothered with Enlightenment these days. Eternal Nirvana just really isn't my thing. Bottled Lightning obviously hits the Apotheosis here. What an incredible pickup. No, those are all actually just too bad to really add to my deck right now. So we begin to fall, and losing Endless Agony is totally fine here because unless 0 cost, I'm not really interested. There's another curse for me. Bottled Flame. Upon pick up, choose an attack. Start each combat that in the opening hand. Our opening hand is pretty large. We could just take a choke in the opening hand. Now, is that my 5 curses yet? I'm pretty sure that's just my 4th. It is just my 4th. Okay, a shot before a shot. Good for me. Preserves Insect and elites. Enemy and elite fights have 25% less HP. No, that doesn't really matter. Actually, you know what? There's a shop in the next space, and all of these are kind of garbage. But they're also kind of cheap. I'm just taking all of them. Immediately override what I was trying to say. There's a shop. There is a shop in the next space, but I can't go to that one. There's a shop in a couple spaces time I can't go to them. It's just whether I want a malaise here. I do. Save me a fair amount of damage against this enemy. Especially if they do their multi-attack. No, they do their singular large attack. At the very least, we do have Wraithform here. But no ability to discard that regret from our hand. Unfortunate. Alright, I'm going to burst the Nightmare to hit Bullet Time and Wraithform. Then next time I Bullet Time all the Wraithforms. I mean, we're only 3 spaces from where I had to rest anyway, so I will be back on full HP for the final combat. I don't have any Retain in this hand, do I? Oh, God, I got me another Bullet Time. Wild. I don't have any Retain in this hand, so there's nothing that influences me in deciding whether or not I play most of those. Now, this is a pretty garbage hand. Actually, I'm going to PK and then Storm Steel. That discards the Normality. Now I can start attacking again. I've almost gotten my Pen Nib to 1 before it has to do its large attack. Has to, or rather does its large attack. So I only have to play 1 attack next turn and I'm set. Hell yeah, that's comfy as hell. Regal Pillow, whenever you rest and heal an additional 15 HP. I would take these for the sake of the Kunai if it wasn't for the Sneko Eye at this point. I'll take the curse. Yep, that's our final curse. We now have 5. Still need some more cards in the deck, unfortunately. Warpaint upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. I think I actually just buy this store out, basically. Yeah, I do. So we'll take the Plated Steel and Ghost in a Jar and the Dex Potion. Just take absolutely all of those. Take them first and the Choke. 1 more card. 1 more card. The Hand of Greed. All right, that's 50 cards for us now. Start with Apotheosis. I do want to choke, but I'm worried I'm not going to be able to fully defend myself. Ah, well. Seems to work out here. And we're back on full HP as well. Barely even noticed that happen. Okay, I actually could have just farmed out this fight in order to get my final curse as well. Interesting. Might consider that sometime. Okay, will flying knee, unload. Wait again. Just looking to play as many attacks as possible to get the pendant back to where it was. Steroid potion, no, not as good as the others for us. Yeah, nothing. We're done. There's our rest, as well as extra energy going into this fight. Dex potion, liquid thorns, and 2 essences of steel. It is impossible to really do anything to us at this point. That normality in the opening hand, oh my god. Wow, that's awful. Well, let's focus on what we can do right now then. It's Apotheosis. Probably Nightmare 1000 cuts and then play 1000 cuts. At the very least, we didn't also have Regret in the opening hands, which would have resulted in us just taking damage on the first turn. Ooh, good Enlightenment. 1000 cuts, 1000 cuts, 1000 cuts. I'm going to burst Distraction and then burst something I get from Distraction. Oh. That's just lovely. What ridiculous ease we're having in this combat. And we're playing it in such a different way to the way we played basically every other combat this run as well. Love it. Yeah, we would have been knocked off the Runic Dodecahedron, by the way, if we had a Regret earlier. That's what I was trying to say. It's okay, still does not count against me. So I think we perfected every boss. Right? I think we might actually have a reasonable score here. Actually really surprises me because it looked very competitive, the leaderboard. 1562. It's not awful. So we did get the Beyond Perfect. We got 8 on Champion. We missed out on 3 elites. We missed out on perfecting 3 of those elites. We got curses as I wanted. We got stuffed as I wanted. That's why I was going for so much max HP. We got Encyclopedian. That's why I had 50 cards in my deck. Mystery Machine. Okay, I overshot that a little bit, but I do like going to question marks. I like Shiny. I mean, we could have been faster. We could have played faster. That probably is another modifier I could have picked up there. Overkill. We did get Overkill as well. I don't know if there was a possibility to get combo. We didn't get any collector's bonuses there. That's actually probably going to be a huge differentiating factor. Yeah. So I'm 18th. I'm on the first page, but not really with the breakaway pack up here. Still pretty damn pleased with myself, though. For the moment, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.